This is the Fat Man's 10 steps to weight loss. Why should you listen to me? Because I was formerly very large, and I think that's the number one qualification if someone's going to talk to you about losing weight. Not necessarily if they're in shape, because to stay in shape is one thing, but to lose weight and continually lose weight week in, week out, it's a different thing. So I've got that experience. Over the last 18 months, I've lost 56 pounds. I know what it's like to be deeply unhappy because of my weight. I know what it's like to not be able to buy the clothes that I want. I know what it's like to really hate myself. And I don't feel like that at all now. I thought about the things that have honestly helped me, and I want to share the information that I've got with you. Step one is to eat clean. We're going to forget the word diet. Diet is one letter away from the word die. Okay, it's a very negative word. It's something that nobody voluntarily wants to do. We're trying to lose weight and stay healthy, substituting delicious foods that are bad for us and bringing in delicious foods that are good for us. Not necessarily talking about eating less at this point, just making a change from one to the other. Habits are hard to break. Habits are easier if the pattern that we've adopted is taken and applied to something else. Any martial artist will know that the best way to deal with force is to redirect it. And sometimes we have the force of habit and we try and stop it instantly. And that's a very hard thing to do. Don't overcook your vegetables. Cook them to the point where they're crunchy and they will fill your stomach. And plus, you're not cooking all the nutrients out of the food. Sometimes when you're hungry, it's because your body's demanding certain nutrients. And when it gets these nutrients, it will stop demanding food. So make sure you're not sapping these nutrients out of the food by overcooking them. And that will help you to eat less. When you eat toxic food, or when you drink drinks that are toxic, everything you eat from that point on, your body is going to suck the water out of it and retain that water, because you've put a poison in your body now, and your body says, right, I want to deal with this poison, and the best way I can deal with it is to dilute it, so I'm going to retain water from everything. And now you've got a major water retention problem, and you're big and you're puffy, and then you're slower and you're more lethargic. When we talk about eating clean, this is not just physically as well. We've got to think about what we consume mentally. Are we putting the right things into our mind that are going to help us focus on our weight loss goals? Anytime you turn on your social media, you should be having an absolute assault of images reinforcing in your mind where you want to be. We all procrastinate on social media, but when you're there, give yourself some mental food that's going to reinforce your commitment to health and fitness. Number two, sleep well. Firstly, because if you're sleeping less than 8 hours, for example, more hours in a day means there's more temptation to eat foods you shouldn't eat. But more importantly, when you don't get enough sleep, you start to confuse the hormones that regulate our metabolism. There are two really important hormones that help us with our metabolism. One's called ghrelin, which tells us when we need to eat, and one's called leptin, which tells us when we've eaten enough and we no longer need to eat. Now, if you haven't had enough sleep, then you're below on energy, and the ghrelin will then tell you to eat more, to counteract the fact that you're tired and you're feeling lethargic. So once these hormones get out of balance because of lack of sleep, your body is now telling you to eat. It's not just the temptations around you, the adverts, the food, the smells. Now your actual hormones are telling you to eat, and you won't win a battle against your hormones. It doesn't matter how strong you are mentally. If you've got bad sleep patterns, you will continually have problems with maintaining a healthy physique. Number three, manage stress. I get stressed out a lot. I do very stressful work. I'm always working to a deadline. I'm always chasing money that's owed to me, and sometimes all of this stress can get on top, and this stress can lead to depression, and it can lead to us seeking comfort in things. We're not feeling good, we can open the fridge door and we can eat something that makes us feel good. So it's very important to manage stress, and one of the best ways to do that is to make a list of the problems or the things that need to be tackled, and start to strategically remove them one by one from the list. You can't do them all at the same time. You have to do one thing at a time and do that one thing properly, and you prioritize, you do the most important thing first, so the thing that's creating the most stress in your life, just remove that one and then move on to the next, and it'll get easier and you'll start to feel better. Number 4 is to think health and well-being when it comes to weight loss. Vanity probably won't be enough to mobilize you to consistently lose weight week in, week out. Project yourself right now. Where are you? Where were you when you were 20, for example? And where are you now you're 30 if you're of that age? Have you put on weight? What's going to happen if you keep on putting weight at this curve? Where are you likely to be in 20 years' time? And what are going to be the problems associated with that weight gain? You know, how would you feel if you had an active mind, but yet your body would no longer operate for you? These are questions that I ask myself. I'd been motivated by vanity for a long time and I was never able to lose weight. But once I saw the reality of my own eyes of what's happened to people around me, I know that I have to give myself a fighting chance. All of our knees are going to wear out at some point. But at what age are your knees going to wear out? Are they going to wear out ahead of their time? And then if you go to the doctor for a knee operation, what's the doctor going to say if you're overweight? We can't do the operation until you lose weight. And then you're burdened with losing weight when you can't even exercise. That should motivate you. Number 5, listen to your body. Our bodies are always changing. The body actually totally replenishes itself over a period of time. What I think is that as I'm getting older, my body's becoming more and more sensitive, and your body might be becoming more and more sensitive, but you're not aware of this and you're wondering why. You're eating what you used to eat, but you're putting on weight. Maybe there's things going on in agriculture that are contributing to this, but there's a good chance that you are building up intolerances to certain foods. And these foods that you are no longer able to metabolize are starting to accumulate in your body, causing weight gain. I noticed I'd become intolerant to wheat. So if I eat bread, my whole midriff expands. This is the wheat actually inflaming my intestine and causing my organs to actually expand. I also found that I was having a great deal of difficulty metabolizing dairy. Now that I've substituted that for rice milk or oatmeal, my metabolism's much faster. You know, if you keep a food diary, you might start to see patterns of what you can eat and what you can't eat. 6, lifestyle changes. Lifestyle changes for me now means embracing and loving the uphill route, because weight loss, if you're like me and you're one of those people that can easily put on a stone of body fat in a week, then you have to make a lifestyle change to take that uphill route and enjoy the victory, enjoy vanquishing fat. Wherever there's opportunity to do something energetic, you take that window. So you got to pick up your children from school. Now you can jump in your car, or you could put on your running trainers and take a fast walk or a jog. You could be on the underground system or at a train station. You've got the option to go up the escalator, or there's the escalator that's broken and everyone's walking up it. Which one are you going to choose? So I make a point now of climbing stairs wherever possible. And then look at the people that are also climbing stairs with you. And then ask yourself the question, are these people climbing the stairs because they're fit and in shape? Or are they fit and in shape because they make choices like climbing the stairs instead of going up the escalators? We weren't made to live the way we live today. The human body was designed to move. It's amazing, and just to sit down like this all day is a waste. At what point in life did we stop playing? We get to a certain age and we become so reserved and so conservative that we don't think that we can do that anymore. Who says so and why? Don't be afraid to be that guy or that woman at the park that's slightly embarrassing, having fun with their children, climbing, playing. Get yourself into uncomfortable positions where your body has to work. Those are what I call lifestyle changes. Drink more and eat less. A lot of the time we're confusing dehydration with hunger. We're not consuming enough liquids. Our body's calling out for something. We don't know what it is. So we put food in, but what our body may actually be asking for is liquid, hydration. So every time you feel hungry, just drink half a litre of water first. See if you're still honestly craving food. Also, you can get more out of food if you juice it properly. You can absorb the vital nutrients and minerals into your digestive system quicker. One thing I think anybody who's serious about weight loss should buy is a decent blender or a decent juicer. 8. Collect data. The easiest way to do this is to get scales that also tell you your water retention, your bone density, your body fat, your muscle mass, and your weight. And this will help you because sometimes you feel defeated because you've worked hard, but it's not reflected on the scales. But if you have a set of scales that gives you that type of data, you might realize that, okay, I've retained water, but my body fat's gone down, so that's not too bad. Or, okay, my body fat's actually gone down and my muscle mass has increased. That's why I've gone up in weight. And that might not be a bad thing for you. It might stop you from being deflated by lack of progress. Also, it's important to collect data, like for example, a training diary, or exercise diary, or a food diary. Record the number of hours a day that you're sleeping, what meals you're having, how many times you exercise. I also used to record the amount of time I spend doing cardio, the amount of time I spend doing weights or calisthenics. So you can see what combination is good for you, or you might see that it works for a period of time and then it starts to slow down, and at that point you might need to shake up your routine and change it a little bit. You know, as you get down to these last bits of body fat, you start having to use different techniques. It's like when you've got a tub of butter and you've got the last bit of butter in the tub, you can't use the knife in the same way. You have to change the angle that you use the knife to get those last little bits out. But if you record everything you do, you'll find it a lot easier to figure out what needs to be done. Take some photographs of yourself at unflattering angles, from behind, the front, from the side, and you can use these and go back, and you might not think you made progress, but you can look back at these pictures and it might help you to continue on your program when you see that you are undergoing change. 9. Don't try to buy weight loss. You cannot buy weight loss. It's real simple. If you could buy weight loss, if you could go out and buy a product that would make you lose weight, there would be no obese rich people. If you want an athletic body, you have to be an athlete. Weight loss should put money in your pocket because you're probably going to eat less, you're probably going to eat healthier, you're probably not going to have as many takeaway meals. You're not going to have to pay the cost of healthcare. You're not going to have to be buying as much medicine. Your portion sizes are going to go down eventually. Weight loss should put money into your pocket. If you notice, I haven't even talked about working out yet. If you follow those first 9 steps, you'll start to lose weight. But then if you add number 10, which is exercise. Exercise is the way you can control how fast you lose weight. You can speed it up by exercising hard. And if you want to get the most out of your exercise, exercise early in the morning. Okay, think of it like a bike, and you start pedaling on the bike and the wheel spins, and then every little thing you do in a day keeps that wheel spinning. That's your metabolism. Okay, so if you exercise at night and then you just lay down after the exercise, you're not getting the most out of it. So by exercising early in the morning, you'll burn more calories and your body, your metabolism will be faster all day. But some exercise is better than no exercise. So when you get that opportunity to exercise, go as hard as you possibly can. Do big compound exercises, deadlifts, kettlebells, cardio, skipping, running, jumping, body weight exercises. Calisthenics is brilliant for weight loss. It propels you, because the more you do it, the more weight you're going to lose, and the easier it is to lift your weight and the more satisfaction you get out of it, and you can start incorporating balancing moves, freestyle moves. It's really satisfying, rewarding, creative way of exercise. Visualize yourself doing something amazing and then make it happen. You can take up parkour. You don't have to be dangerous. There's parkour gyms that are full of crash mats. You can take up gymnastics. You know, you don't have to go to the gym and just get on the treadmill. There's lots of creative ways that you can exercise. But for weight loss, make sure you hit your thighs, release those endorphins, get that high that you get from exercising, and before you know it, you'll be a happier, healthier person.